Happy Monday, y'all. Yeah, no makeup Monday. I don't know what it was with the sun today, but I'll tell you what, it was bugging the hell out of me, and I thought I was going to catch fire. I took a nap. They wasted a lot of payroll on me today. I did 3 loads in 8 hours. I slept for about an hour, and I sat there and played a game on my phone for another hour after I got back, waiting to get told to wash out and go home. Anyway, reflecting on Saturday. DIY jobs are not a problem for me as long as I'm warned ahead of time that it's a DIY job, and or the finisher comes up to me or whoever is doing the job and says that this is a weekend warrior DIY job and we don't know what the hell we're doing. We're YouTube educated, and yeah, we might need your help. And I'll be like, I got you. No worries. But I certainly don't like pulling up on a job thinking that they have a clue and finding out that they have no clue, and getting frustrated and having to get out of the truck and fucking do their job for them because I want to go home at some reasonable time. And yeah, I lose my patience watching them dick fuck around. Clueless. So anyway, last weekend I was at a job, and the guy, I looked at the job and I was like, yeah, it's gonna need 7 at least to kill this off. There's too much going on. And they called for 5. I conned the owner into getting 5.5. I was like, yeah, it ain't gonna be enough. I called dispatch, clarified, yeah, it ain't gonna be enough. I bet you anything they're gonna call. I don't know. I called the manager. He's like, no, I'd left before that. And I was like, find out for me. I'm curious. Because if they went with the 5.5 and they did not call back, something did not get done. I know for a fact. Anyway, he got to laughing about it. I was like, yeah, I was just curious if you were still there. And got the kill off to the kill off. He was like, really? I was like, really, really? Yeah, I called dispatch and let him know. I was like, yeah, you're going to have a kill off to the kill off. Anyway, I got to a job this morning, and there's a couple of footnotes on there. It's like, do not charge. He's buddy of the VP. And I was sitting there thinking the whole way up this friggin' like Sasquatch Land trail. It's like quite literally 3/4 of a mile from the main road. Up in the boondocks. Cliffs on either side kind of thing. And I was like, this better be. I got to the top and I was like, yay! Thank God it's you. He just started laughing. I was like, you want to see what I did last weekend? And I showed him the video, and he was fist bumping. He was like, damn, girl. I said, yeah. Yeah. I've been watching y'all. He started laughing. He gave me a fist bump. Like, good job. I was like, no, it's not the first time I've had to get out. He's like, really? I said, oh, yeah. I said, I got you guys to thank for it, though. I was like, I watch y'all. And pretty much learned by watching, that. God, look at, they are so fucking mangled. I've got to split these bitches so bad. Yeah, we're going to do this while we're talking. So anyway, I did that job on Saturday where I did not realize that it was a weekend warrior DIY. I got out there, I was losing my fucking patience, and got out and helped them. And then, but I've had, like, I went to one that was like right around the corner from the plant one day, and the girl come up to the window and said, we are YouTube educated. We ain't got a fucking clue what we're doing. I literally started laughing. She goes, so anytime you want to get out and help us, that would be great. You just tell us what we need to do, and we'll do it. I was like, this is like my new family. They were hilarious. Oh my God. It was a whole, like 8 of them out there. It was the best time of my life. Best 5 yards I've ever fucking poured in my life. Anyway. So, earlier today, after I got done with my buddies, I went back, killed them off. Didn't quite finish. Started off at 20. I was looking at it and I was like, this is a 30-yarder. You're only listed for 20. He's like, yeah, I called them. They said they weren't, you know, they were kind of busy. And I was like, we ain't that fucking busy. What? Anyway, I'll see you in a little bit. So, anyway, went back with the 30. Did not finish. He needed another yard, which was okay. Kind of expected that because I saw the project. Anyway, he had another 20-yarder. We could have actually done it today. We had enough time. And we had enough drivers. Yeah, me and another dude. We could have rightfully done that other 20. Like, I got done with him. I came back and slept for an hour. And then I went for like this 8-yard kill off type of thing. And I got there and he ran short on the 8 yards. So this is what I was talking about on Saturday. If you run short on your kill off to the kill off is going to have a delivery charge on it. And you would have just been better ordering the full 10, especially like 8 yards. That's what I hauled out there. You would have been better off just ordering the full 10 and not taking the risk of being short. That kind of thing. The other scenario is color jobs. This is where people get a little sketched. Color requires 2 yards minimum. Minimum job, minimum callback. So, if your job calls for 7 yards, best to just order 10. Yeah. Your job comes up to 8.5, just order 10. Your job comes up to 9.25, order the 10. Yeah. Because you're gonna have to call for 2 fucking yards. Anyway, if you are pouring color. It's best to have it there and just waste the remnants of that little bit as opposed to having 9 yards and needing a half a yard and having to call for 2 yards in order to do a half a yard. See my point? So, anyway. So, moving on from color. Yeah, you need 2 yards minimum to do anything. Your sidewalk patch is 1.25 yards. You need 2 yards minimum. They're not gonna load anything less. In order to get the color right, it's got to be 2. Okay, moving on from that. Also, mixes. This is based on experience. I haul it, I pour it, I watch them finish it. 3/4 mix sucks. Period. It's cheap. Best to do it like footing stuff. We got a lot of contractors who have particular footing mixes that quite literally is like a small stone with a lot of man sand, and it is dense and it stays. So you can wet it up and it's almost like quicksandy looking. It flows good, but it'll stay on the pin. Those type of things. And then you got guys that are like, we want, 3,000 footing mix. It's just 3/4 rock. You can wet it up decent, but it behaves a little different. It's not too much of a headache. However, if you're doing flat work with 3/4 rock, oh my God. My heart bleeds for you. Speaking from experience, most of the more experienced finishers will use a 50-50 blend or a small stone. One, for some odd, weird, freakish laws of physics, the small stone 50-50 blends seem to go further. Yeah, you can wet them up. They still stay dense, and they cover a lot more ground. They're more expensive, but they're also easier to finish. There's that. Or you can go with the cheap way, 3/4 rock, and you're going to be working yourself to death to try to get it to look decent. Pick your poison. And 3/4 rock is true to measurement 99.9% of the time. So 8 yards is going to measure out 8 yards. 10 yards is going to measure out 10 yards. Now, small stone 50-50 mixes, 3,500, 4,000 PSIs. Yeah, those small stone 50-50 mixes, I don't know what the hell's going on with them, and I think the scales might need to be recalibrated or the measurements reconfigured, because them motherfuckers is like pouring like 13, 14 fucking yards. I'm telling you, that shit is never ending. You will... Yeah. It's the 10 yards that never ends. Covers a lot of ground. Because you can wet it up. Put it on an 8-inch slump, it's still dense. Yeah. It's a little runny. But it'll stack. Yes, I have poured bulkheads with a 6-inch slump for footings with a small stone mix. Shit will stack. Yes, it does. And that 6-inch slump was not batched that way. They were like, oh shit, we forgot that fucking bulkhead. How you plan to do it? Oh, just let's see if it'll work. So then I learned. Yeah, if they batch me on a 6, I'm fucking going with it. I know how to pour bulkheads on a 6-inch slump. And get them to stay. With a small stone mix. Now if it's 3/4, I'll get it dry up. Anyway. These are little experiences. Sharing with you. If you're doing color, round it up, 2 yard minimum. Oh, basic orders. Yeah, 4 yards. You have to have 4 yards. If so you got a driveway, it takes 12 yards. You pour the first 10, your 2 yards isn't going to get a delivery charge. No, that's a kill off. But if you run short on your 2 yard kill off, whatever you order after that is going to get the delivery charge added to it. So you probably should round up. Give yourself a little bit room for error. if you have a driveway that's close to 20, so you're like 10 yards and 8 yards, and you're questioning it and you're thinking, yeah, I better just order 10. Because if you call back for 2 yards to kill off that 8 yards that you short ordered, you're getting a delivery charge and you just paid for 12. So, back to Saturday. Dude ordered 5, I guessed 7. I called dispatch and said he might be calling for a kill off to a kill off. He's like, oh, they're just trying to piss me off today. I was like, I tried to save them. He is not listening to me. He's like, well, thank you anyway. But, yeah. They may be sucking it. And I was like, oh, you going to cut them off? He goes, yeah. For not listening to my driver. Now, I don't know. He might have called them and said, you run short, you're not getting any more today. Just letting you know. So, after this, we're shutting it down. And he has done that too. So, that might have been the scenario, but I called one of the managers and asked him. I was like, I'm just curious. Did they end up calling back? Yeah, cold joints are a bitch. If you're gonna run short, you better map your pour right. That's the thing. You know, if you're uncertain, do the bulk of it first and then figure it out. But anyway, yeah, that anything under 4 is going to get a delivery charge. Color requires 2. If you're uncertain, always round up. Yeah. Don't try to penny pinch. Don't be frugal with concrete, because it will cost you in the end. Yeah. Don't run short on an 8-yard load. Even if it is your kill-off. Because if they could have put the whole batch on one truck, yeah, instead of paying for 10, you just paid for 12. Just saying. So, y'all have a great night. Yeah, it's Monday. It was not a busy day, and I am already ready for bed. So, y'all take care. Concrete World. Peace out.